Welcome everyone. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Last time I had issues with my microphone before we started. Trying to get YouTube and Facebook set up. It's updated this time, so hopefully it'll work. We're not going to do any awards or anything until 8:30. So let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, otherwise I just look like I'm rambling to myself. Let's just check out YouTube. I'll be back in a second. Okay, just quickly, can anyone actually hear me? Are we getting audio? We've got a good 20 minutes before actually doing anything. We're just waiting people to pile into the lobby, as it were. Okay, be back in 10. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I know you're all enjoying the music, but I think we'll have to start in a minute. We've got a good 20 people in the room, so as long as everyone can hear me, we should probably try and break the live stream. Right, okay, well, let's get rid of this horrible music because it's doing my head in. I don't know about yours. So, right, I haven't broken the chat, that's good. Please do join in along, comment. I don't know if the YouTube is broken or whether it's just Alistair just on his own in there. We'll leave him on his own, he can cause less damage that way. Can we start heading out soon? So I want to catch it. Sorry, Andy. We'll chip right along then, shall we? Got to go. What time have you got to go out? Just so we know we can get it all done and sorted in time. There's always a delay. There's always a lag. It makes it annoying for trying to actually communicate with people. Right, well, I'm going to start. I hope you're all sat back. I'm going to start with my non-alcoholic drink. Big can of Iron Brew. It makes me feel like I'm actually drinking out of a lager can, but I'm not. It's not pink lemonade this week, but it still is not alcoholic. Oh, in about 15 minutes. So, let's have a look at the running order. You might want to stick around. I don't know. Right, well, don't let us stop you. If you got to go out, you go out. Right, okay, well, it is 8:30. It is Friday the 13th of December, and this is part 2 of the Paintball Awards. Now, part 1 we did last week. Thank you for tuning in. It actually went a lot better than I'd hoped. It got a lot of people talking and discussion of actually putting on a physical event for next year, which looks like is happening now. So yeah, we're waiting for some venues to get back to us, some pricing, bits and pieces like that, and yeah, some of you got in contact, told us what you wanted, told us what you didn't want. So yeah, we're taking it forward and we'll make it an actual event next year. So thank you guys. Yeah, fantastic. Right, so cracking along then. Like I said, it's part 2 of the awards. These are the awards that we were going to do last week. Last week's stream was over 2.5 hours as it was. So we just thought by cramming in more awards, we would kind of just stretch it out a bit too much and people would sort of stop watching as it got a bit late. So we added a few more categories, we put a few more bits in. I went through the lists again for the extra awards that people had nominated, some humorous, some not so. Some people I had to do a bit of research into, some people I don't know that have been nominated, some people I do. So yeah, it's not just number of votes, it was kind of the background behind the reasons why people were nominated as well. So Tommy, stop nominating, you should have done this last week. I've already got my list here. So yeah, we shall begin then. Apologies if anything breaks. I'm still not too used to this software, but it looks like everything's working. So without further ado, a few things I want to talk about. Operation Zodiac, which is the Paintball magazine game in Croatia in September next year. I just wanted to give that little plug. We're doing a UK trip for a week, including all the flights, etc, etc. If you are interested in jumping on board with this Operation Zodiac, I've basically booked 25 flights and we've already filled 19 of them, which is fantastic. There's only 100 tickets going on sale in January anyway, so if you are interested, do send us a message and jump on board with that as soon as you can. Right, self-promotion out the way. Also, calendars. Thank you for everyone that has ordered calendars online. The wall planner, the A2 wall planner, the A4 calendar and the A5 desk calendar. There's also a package there including issue 9 in the magazine, and you get a bit of a discount on the lot. So if you could order that'd be absolutely fantastic. Dates for NXL are coming in next week, and I do want to add that to the calendar before I actually send to printers. I've been holding back. I was going to do it today, but NXL just released that they're going to release the dates next week, which means I would imagine CPPS and the other leagues will release their dates very, very soon after, if they don't already know the dates before us anyway. So fingers crossed that'll get out, and we'll have the calendars to everyone before the new year. We should have time in between now, Christmas and New Year, for everyone to get their calendars. If you have ordered Christmas cards with your pre-order calendar, I have sent out the Christmas cards already. So don't worry about that. You're not going to get those afterwards. I've just split the delivery and done it that way. Christmas cards, by the way, they are in stock now. We got like 6 designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they're nice little cards. They got a little Merry Christmas, little snowman there, PBM on the back. So if you want to order those, you can support the magazine by doing that. Order them pretty quick, because if you don't order them in the next few days, they're not going to get to you before Christmas. So that would be a waste of time, wouldn't it? So yeah, get those ordered. Next stop, I'm going to do some Patreon, probably 3 or 4 Patreon raffles for Christmas cards tonight. So if you're on the Patreon, chances are you might win a set of Christmas cards, and I'll send those out. Well, it's going to be Monday morning now. If you do want to jump on the Patreon and win that, I can add you to the list tonight. You've got 40 odd people on there at the moment pledging us on Patreon, so it's a pretty good chance of actually winning something. The big raffle for the Tracer pump gun, we got a couple of pairs of new dye shorts, cargo shorts, blue shorts, and a LASIK top, and a couple of other tops and a cap and stuff like that. Just some bundles of goodies. What I'm going to do for that is I'm actually going to do that on Christmas Day. I think I'll just post up. I won't do a live stream or anything, but I'll post up the winner of that from our Patreon as a kind of Christmas Day thing, and it gives me a bit of time to get one of the Tracer pumps actually working. So yeah, if you want to jump on the Patreon between now and then, Christmas Day, you can do. It's only like 70p a month or something like that. So right, that's all that out the way. Welcome everyone. Welcome Frosty. So you just jumped in. Longy's still here. Henry, Tommy, stop putting in your nominations. You're too late. Yeah, so that's that done. Right, we're still working. Good. We've still got people watching. I haven't frightened everyone away. Excellent. Right, so without further ado then, Keyboard Warrior. There was a few nominations for Keyboard Warrior, which is basically, I don't mean it in a nasty bad way. I know it has like troll connotations to Keyboard Warrior. It's just someone that, if there's a controversial thread or any kind of thread, they're not afraid to put their thoughts forward on the subject. There was quite a few nominations for this, but there is obviously only one winner, just to build up tension. So without further ado, it's going to be pretty much no surprise to learn that Josh Anelli wins Keyboard Warrior 2019. John Shelley came in a very, very close second. These guys were head to head up until literally a couple of days ago. But yeah, Josh, well done. Wear your badge with pride, and yeah, keep being vocal, because that's what we need in people. Players to be vocal, to be heard, and if something needs criticising constructively, then yeah, do it. You should do, because social media is the platform for doing that. So yeah, I know it's a shock to everyone, but yeah, he won something at last. I don't think he's on holiday at the moment, isn't he? Or is he back? I don't know. Anyway, Keyboard Warrior 2019, Josh, well done, mate. Sorry to commiserations to everyone that didn't get that amazing award. The Lazarus Award, I think this one was put forward by the actual idea for the award by Mike. It's basically a kind of returning player to the sport that's been out of the loop for a while and sort of came back from the dead, as it were. There was a few nominations for this one, but one person came up time and time again, and again did a bit of digging, and been a big player. I think they played for DV8 back in the day, possibly GB. A few years out, 6, 7, 8 years out, and came back with Skirmish Army. Pretty strong comeback, really, and that is Robert Wormold. Well done, mate. That's Lazarus Award, back from the dead. No one knew where they went, but they're back playing now, which is fantastic. In fact, I think this year, with the Grand Central Classic being one of the events, a lot of people are returning to the sport that haven't played for years and years and years. Are coming out of the woodwork and dusting off their guns and getting stuck in, which is fantastic to see. They've gone away, had their families, and now they're kicking around for things to do, and paintball's still here, which is good. Right, so I've got to rock on, because obviously Longy's got to go and have his party out somewhere with his students. So, right, cracking on. Next award. Where are we going next? We are Got Your Back Award. This one was a bit of an odd one, really, because it's one of those ones that a lot of people in paintball, because it's a sport where your teammates have always got your back. Well, they should always have your back. There's a lot of nominations, and there weren't many clear winners for nominations and reasons for people going forward. But there was one guy that kind of came up a few times, and reasons behind being nominated, which kind of caught our attention. So the Got Your Back Award, for basically having your back and on the field and off the field, is Peter. Peter, well done, mate. Well deserved. You're out there playing all sorts, especially in the woods, and again, your name came up for a couple of the other nominations as well. So well done, Got Your Back Award sorted. Right, back to the chat. Has your back and owns it when you don't do as he says. Yeah. that was pretty much for most people, I think. Right, so yeah, Got Your Back Award done, ticked off. Right, let's go over to the Patreon here. Hang on, I just got to bring that up on my screen. We're going to do a Patreon raffle for a set of Christmas cards. These were commissioned for us by an artist on kind of sketches that I did. I'm no artist myself, but yeah, they're mildly amusing paintball related Christmas cards. So yeah, I'll get those sent out on Monday as well, so you get them at least a few days before Christmas. Let's see if we've had any Patreons join us, possibly in the last 10 minutes. I don't think we have. Oh no, one. Thank you very much. Okay, let's add you to the list. Oh, I've broken it. I knew this would happen. Okay. View all current. Okay, cool. Right. I need to do a random number generator then. Random number generator from 1 to 41. And right, it's number 33, which is Mike Oldham. Well done, Mike. I better write that down, otherwise I'll forget. Mike Oldham plays for Morning Wood. Sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time. Right, okay, so that's that one done. Set of Christmas cards to Mike. Well done. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. I do appreciate it. Right, like I said, if you want to pledge to Patreon, 70p a month. You can go up a tier, down a tier, cancel it whenever you want. And yeah, we do raffles and bits and pieces, discounts and whatnot. We also get pictures as well. So if you're at CPPS or any other event and you think, oh, I normally pick up a few pictures every event, get on the Patreon. Probably works out cheaper actually to do that if you play quite a lot. Give us a nod at the events as well, and I'll make sure I get some images and then just send them to you. Just remind me that you're a Patreon. Right. Delicious iron brew. Right, where are we? Right, the Webby Award. The Webby Award is for best online content, online content creators, and yeah, just general online content really. There was a few nominations for Paintball Magazine, which I immediately put in the bin because this isn't about patting ourselves on the back. It's about it's about giving out awards to you guys really, and there's loads of other guys out there that guys and girls that do plenty of online content. Again, there was quite a few nominations. There was loads of nominations for Paintball Performance, loads of nominations for Nicky T, loads of nominations for Dexter's PB Lab. He's up in his loft of spiders. I'm sure he'll be joining us in a while. Those are the three main ones that kind of came through. There was also nominations for Blitzed Media. There was nominations for Shattered Lens as well, for their podcast and their videos. And there was also a few nominations for the Planet Eclipse podcast as well, the team at Planet Eclipse and LEDs. But by far the most nominations that came through were for Paintball Performance. For basically their rundown and statistics for the NXL, the CPPS. I think they did a few NXL, but it was mostly CPPS, kind of looking at the data and trying to pull it apart and predict the winners of the next kind of CPPS. Whether they'll push that forward into scenario as well, and maybe looking at the sides and the teams that are booked in for the big games and trying to kind of maybe come up with the possible winners and reasons for that for the big scenario games. That'd be a kind of an interesting angle on it as well. So yeah, well done Paintball Performance for the Webby Awards. Like I said, Nicky T came in a pretty close second with his online content. It's been absolutely top notch. But yeah, I couldn't argue with Paintball Performance either. So well done, guys. We will get that over to you. Well, your little certificates, by the way, for the people that won the awards. I'm getting them all printed out and framed. They will be going out in the new year. Okay, there'll be a bit of a delay on those, but we will get them to you as quick as we can. Josh is in the house. Here he comes. All the comments. I know he's a great supporter of the magazine. He's never been critical about us yet. I'm sure he has at some point, but he'll pull us up on it, and you know it would probably be valid as well. So yeah, well done Paintball Performance. Right, okay. Next award, Fail of the Year. Again, loads of random nominations, amusing stories, but remember, I'm not omnipotent. I can't be everywhere at once, so just by nominating someone and putting a name, I'm like, okay, why? A few people shooting themselves in the foot, eliminating themselves from a game. A few people actually gogging themselves, which is amusing. I've been there for a few fails as well. People falling over, buzzers, people winning the game by pulling a flag up at a scenario game and then realising it was for the wrong side. Random stuff like that. There's plenty of fails out there. But one came up time and time again. Got quite a few nominations, and there was kind of I liked it because it was gory. Max, for basically splitting his chin open whilst diving into the snake and leaving half of his face on the AstroTurf. Again, it's amusing because he hurt himself, so that's always good. So yeah, Max, you win Fail of the Year, and thank you to your teammates for nominating you for that. So you poor man. Yeah, Fail of the Year. we may make this one next year as well. We may need video evidence for the award next year for Fail of the Year, because or photo evidence, because that always makes it amusing. Hey, Dexter's here. Yes, we did put up last week, Dex, that we were going live at 8:30 for the second part of the awards, but you know, you can't keep an eye on everything. That's okay. How's the spiders in the loft? He'll get back to us in a minute. I presume you're not being bitten by a radioactive spider and now have super tingly powers. Right, human megaphone. Again, this is an award for just being loud. Loud on the field, whether it's a scenario game, whether it's a tournament, whether it's woods ball, for just being out there, being vocal, constant like noise on the field of you know what's going on. And again, paintball communication, isn't it? Not just the tournament side, but being out there. I mean, tournament games, yeah, you got to be allowed to communicate with the rest of your team. But when a scenario is lasting 8 hours and you're still shouting at the end of it, I've done it myself. You just lose your voice after a while, and you got to shout just to be heard. It's in the lost track of time. So there was a few nominations for Megaphone. The three that kind of came up time and time again was Josh, as someone's already pointed out. Danny, thank you. Yeah, Josh is in there for his loudmouth. Gaz Jones as well, and Tommy Webb. Three guys that came up for being loud. By far the most nominations for those three. And again, reasons for it, you know, little stories that go behind it always add to the kind of reasons that we choose the winner. So the winner of the Human Megaphone Award goes to Tommy Webb. Basically, if you're ever at North versus South, you'll hear him a mile off, and if you're ever at CPPS, you know when he's on the field. Definitely. And yeah, it should be a joint award between Josh and Tommy, but I don't do joint awards. It's got to be one or the other. So Tommy, well done. You're loud. All right, well done. Yeah, plus Josh is his default loud and angry because he's Scottish. As that's not me. That's someone in the comments. That's Ross saying that. So yeah, well done. Right. Next award, and this is quite a big one actually. Actually, before we do that, should we give away another pack of Christmas cards? Because I'm feeling very festive. Let's have a look. Have we got anyone else? Probably haven't got anyone else in the Patreon, because you all signed up last week, which is, you know, good. Thank you. I appreciate it. A few more wouldn't go amiss, but you know, hey ho. Let's have a look. Patreons. Like I said, if you want to join up the Patreon, yeah, anytime. Have a look in on the Facebook page. I'm pretty sure there's links all over the place. Or if someone wants to pin one up here, that would be absolutely fantastic as well. Nope, just that one that came in a minute ago, but nothing else yet. It matters not. Right, okay, let's do the number generation again, and it is number 40, which is Tommy Webb. Well done, Tommy. You've won a packet of Christmas cards. Ah, that's nice. Look, little Christmas themed ones. Remember, I can't do anything. Can't chat and write at the same time. I'll send off those Christmas cards to you first thing Monday morning. Enjoy those. You can give them to people and be Christmassy. Right, okay. Yeah, look, he's won an award for being loud, and he won some Christmas cards. He's over the moon. So yes, let's get on with the awards. Coach of the Year. Where are we? Again, lots of nominations. And again, stories that go behind them and reasons why they should be Coach of the Year, always welcome. I love reading that people kind of bringing up teams from lower divisions to higher divisions, and you know, really working with guys from the ground up and putting in time and effort, because I think coaches underrated. Not underrated. I don't think they're appreciated. Underappreciated, I think, is the word I'm looking for. Not underrated, because they keep the team together. When people start shouting and getting emotional, they really keep the team together and on track. And they're just as much as any team, as a Snake player, back centre or whatever. And the Coach of the Year also goes towards scenario teams as well. Not so much, but yeah, pretty sure they have coaches and people as well. So anyway, I'm wittering. Coach of the Year. Quite a few nominations for Coach of the Year. Someone's already put up Nicky Pritchard. Yeah, he got quite a few nominations. Jason Friend got quite a few nominations. Who else got nominations? Ash for Sad got a few nominations. Yeah, there was quite a few coming in. I can't remember all off the top of my head because I haven't written them down. That's pretty bad planning. But there's one person that really came to the forefront and was nominated time and time again. And again, they've done pretty well this year as well. And that is Nicky Pritchard from Harrogate Race. So well done, Nicky. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and I threw you a curveball there by mentioning your name before I did the award, you see. So yeah, if your name gets mentioned, it doesn't necessarily mean you haven't won. And again, yeah, and Gaz, you were nominated quite a few times as well for your work with quite a few teams. Sneaky Snorkels being one of them. But yeah, Gaz, hats off to all the coaches out there that work their socks off. Yeah, coaches are rare. They choose not to play. They get just as emotional and involved in the game, but yeah, they choose not to play. And the same with pit crew as well. Anyway, Coach of the Year done. Well done. Right, Referee of the Year. Again, there was quite a few nominations. In fact, there were 2 people tied dead heat until literally today when I got 3-4 emails come in. And again, Ref of the Year, again, quite a few nominations. I was looking for someone that didn't just necessarily ref CPPS, but also refed Woodsball and can be found out in the scenario field as well. So the winner of Referee of the Year 2019, and some players may disagree with this, but it's Peter Marshy. Well done, mate. Well deserved, I think. The person that was tied with Pete up until yesterday, I think it was, yesterday evening, was Longy. You two guys, took that and ran with it. And for a while, Longy, you were in the lead, and then Pete snuck up from behind and sniped you at the last minute. So, but if I could give awards to 2, those would be 2 guys that would be getting it. But yeah, Pete, well done, mate. Good job. Keep up reffing. Again, talking of people that choose not to play, coaches, refs, yeah, hats off to you. Whilst we're on the subject of refs, please, if any of you are out there that want to subsidise your game, if you play on a Saturday or a Sunday at CPPS and you want to ref one of the other days, for obviously to subsidise your gameplay, or you just want to join the team and help out with refs, please get in contact with Ainsley, Peter Marsh, any of the refs at CPPS basically, and just ask to ref. Don't be scared. They've got training clinics and stuff. You're not going to be thrown in at the deep end too much. But yeah, they're screaming out for refs, and it's not just CPPS. I know UK Woodland Masters are after refs as well, and a lot of the scenario games that are out there always want good quality refs. And this is something that makes or breaks a tournament or a game, is not having enough refs or marshals that kind of know exactly what the rules are and what they're doing, because as many players know, a decent ref can make your game better and worse at the same time. So yeah, well done. Little shout out for the refs there, please. If anyone is interested in helping out, do. Right. So the next one. This is a bit of a kind of last minute. I forgot basically last year of Commander General of the Year. An award close to my own heart because I won this about 10 years ago. What game was that? Probably one of the only awards I ever won. Saving Ryan's, I think it was, at BZ years and years ago. I had to play the German general because I only had one ball, so you know, Nazi, obviously. Anyway, that went to a bit of a dark place for us suddenly. Anyway, let's keep it light. Keep it light. So, General of the Year again. A few nominations for General of the Year. There's quite a few big games out there that require generals. Again, you've got to be dedicated to general. You don't always get to play because you're kind of standing around shouting at scenario players, trying to get them. It's like herding cats, basically, trying to get them to go somewhere and actually complete an objective without wandering off because there's something shiny in the corner. It's a thankless task, really is. It's fantastic when you win, and it's a bit miserable when you lose. But yeah, it's a thankless task and not something everyone wants to do. And again, really, there was one name that kept cropping up time and time again, and yeah, it's got to go to Adam Parkman, SAS. Well done, Adam. Well deserved General of the Year. The SAS team have really been grinding this year to get their name out there. I know Gaz has been a crucial part of that as well, and obviously Adam, you know, taking on general roles and things like that, and getting a few wins under his belt as well. Not North-South this year, but you know, we won't hold that against you. I was playing for the South anyway. Well, I wasn't actually, I was taking photos, but I always play South. My tank played South, so by extension I played South. So well done, Adam. Well deserved award, and yeah, congrats. Right, next award, Above and Beyond Award. This was kind of for promoting paintball outside the sphere of paintball, basically. So really going above and beyond to talk about paintball, to get involved with charity youth groups and all that kind of stuff. And again, nominations were varied across the board. There was loads of nominations, and all deserved for promoting paintball. Again, we got a few ourselves for PBM, but they got chucked in the bin. But there was again one name that was nominated and almost essay length discussion as to or statement as to why this person should win. So I'm just herding cats with ADHD. Yeah, sorry, just reading the comments. So the Above and Beyond award. Yeah, brought in an outside sponsor for Team GB. Been seen on TV several times for paintball as well, Gadget Show, and it's been instrumental in promoting paintball within universities. You probably already guessed by now that the winner for the Above and Beyond award is James Green. James, well done, mate. Again, well deserved. Like I said, just promoting paintball across the board. Well done, keep it up, and see more people going the extra lengths to do it would be fantastic, just to get paintball out there. So, well done. Lifetime Achievement Award. Now this one was really difficult to pick someone. Again, there was a lot of nominations across the board. Basically, it was a list of icons of paintball that I would be happy to give award to every single one, and I actually feel quite guilty not giving it to some people because I think they all deserve it. It's a really difficult award to kind of hand out. However, with the number of nominations that were put forward, it did cut that list down to 3 or 4 people who deserved sort of lifetime achievement award. The award goes to someone that has really been in paintball since day one and has been at the back of or behind the scenes in quite a lot of paintball decisions and movements, and especially for players and back in the days the awards, and and yeah, it's always been, for me at least, a friendly, smiling face at most games and tournaments, and always look forward to seeing him there. So yeah, the Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Paul Banks, who, BZ, Paul Banks, now working for ProShar, formerly GI, and formerly before that Tipman. So yeah, Paul's been around for a while, and I think people will be happy to join me in congratulating Paul for the Lifetime Achievement Award for paintball. Again, there was loads of people that I wanted to have this award as well, and I think there's people that equally as deserve this award as Paul does. But well done, Paul. You really do deserve the award, and loads of people obviously look up to you and appreciate you and love what you do for the sport enough for them to actually sit down on their asses and nominate you. And so well done, Paul. So yeah, that brings us on to, wow, that was gone quite quick, hasn't it? I've really rattled through that. It's only 16 minutes. The last one lasted like 2 hours. Then again, we were doing a few other bits and pieces. Should we have a look through the chat before we get on? Because this is the final award. This is like all-rounder award. This is the award of awards. This goes for, the all-rounder award is for someone that excels in all areas of paintball. So let's have a quick look back through the chat before we get onto this award, and let's see what people are saying. I'm glad you're still here, Longy. You haven't gone out. You're out whilst walking. Okay. Yeah, Adam Parkman. Yeah. Okay, catching up. It's just everyone congratulating everyone else. Everyone patting themselves on the back. I know, 35 minutes, and I'm already. I'm almost done. I'm almost spent. Max, what have you missed? Yeah. What did Max miss? What did you miss? Nothing. No, you don't need to worry about that. I don't need to post it out then. Fail of the year, Max. You know what you've been nominated and won. Right. Why are you double posting? I've got no idea why you're double posting on. I think the YouTube chat app is broken. So apologies for that. It wasn't working at all last week because of authorization error with something, I don't know, the program. So yeah, I'm not surprised it doesn't work. We'll try and build up the YouTube following as 2020 goes forward. So yeah, 2020. Interestingly, we had a meeting today with regards to the Paintball magazine. Here I have the reprint of the latest issue. We're talking to distributors now about distribution for the magazine. So that looks like it is going to be a quarterly edition for 2020. Now we're still, obviously, we got to pay for the print run, we've got to pay for kit and stuff like that. Currently our photography, what we sell in pictures taken, that covers our accommodation and our transport to most events, but not all. We would like to pay ourselves a wage as well. We currently don't actually do that. Most of the money goes back into the magazine to get the print run out and sorted. Now I know BZ, Planet Eclipse, Verst UK, Soga have all advertised in the last edition. We've got a few people interested in the next edition. People that have backed us in the past have been Just Paintball, Virtue, we've had ProShar, GI and Valken, all companies that have advertised at some point or another in the magazine. which we're very, very, very thankful for. Now, hopefully going forward, we can sort out the money side of things by getting the companies to back us. And we basically need a nest egg to be able to make sure we can afford to produce a quarterly issue, one every quarter. So there'll be a spring edition, a summer edition, an autumn edition, and like a Christmas winter edition. That's the idea going forward. Now the printer and distributor have agreed with that. We've agreed to a network of places like WH Smith's that we would retail in, and a certain percentage of the magazine would also be going out to various Barnes and Nobles in the States as well. So that'd be absolutely fantastic to reach over the pond. But we may not hit our target with the current backing. It actually, believe it or not, is going to cost around £4,000 to £5,000 probably at first look to produce, print and distribute. Now distribution costs quite a lot, surprisingly. So yeah, about £4 or £5 per edition to get it out there. Now when we send out the magazines, it's not like, oh, they haven't sold them, they'll give them back to you. They get pulped. You know, if you don't sell them, they just go back to distributor and they kind of pulp them, and you just don't get them back. So we would have a certain percentage come to Paintball Magazine HQ, where we would be able to take them to events and sell them, and we would also be able to offer subscriptions at that point, because we know we've got enough to put it out 4 editions a year, and obviously people can buy them from various retail outlets as well. But yeah, that's going to cost money at the end of the day. If we don't get everything from the industry we need to actually actively do that, we will look at possibly crowdfunding the remaining amount of money with various reward tiers going forward for that as well. So I don't like to crowdfund. I know we did a Kickstarter originally to kick off the first 4 editions of the magazine, which if I had my time over again, I would do things a lot differently. But we learned a lot. We learned a few lessons from that, and I think this time would be a lot wiser and a lot more shrewd about what we offer and what we do with Kickstarter funds. So that's basically the state of play for the magazine going forward. We want to get 4 editions out a year, and we want it to be in the shops. We want it to be a legitimate publication, but we also want to be able to afford to do that. The amount of time that goes into the magazine is mental. If anyone could offer any help with regards to layout, design, Adobe Suite, doing any of the, like I said, design and layout on pages, if anyone's good with Adobe InDesign, would be absolutely fantastic. Helping with articles for the website, the blog. We've got some guys out there that do reporting for us. Jason, Jim, Pete, thank you all guys for submitting stuff for it. Also the Patreons, guys, if you're on Patreon on certain tiers, you can get your team in the magazine. We can do a spotlight, we can do promotion, and we can also push that out through the website and the Facebook page as well. So yeah, if you support us on Patreon, we'll kick you back. We'll give you a kickback by featuring you in the magazine, featuring on the website, and going out to our over 11,500 followers on Facebook as well, which is, you know, quite a substantial amount of people who love paintball, who actually gave us a little tick on the website. Fantastic. So yeah, that's the magazine going forward. So right, shall we crack on with the All-Rounder Award? So yeah, this is an award that goes out to an all-round paintball. So we've already had Young Player of the Year, we've already had Male Player of the Year, Female Player of the Year, we've had Scenario Player of the Year, we've had Woods Ball Player of the Year, and we've had Tournament Player of the Year. Sorry, my cat's about to attack the Christmas tree. Wait, stop it. If you hear a crash, that'll be the cat. Don't you dare. Now it's looking suspicious, like it's going to poop on something. Cats get all funny when there's trees indoors. I think they can climb up them and then pee everywhere. Anyway, that's completely lost my train of thought now. Yes, so we've had all the awards. Now this is the All-Rounder Award. So this basically means they excel in all areas of paintball. So I expect them to be out there in the woods. I expect them to be on the tournament field. I expect them promoting paintball outside the sport, outside the field as well, and kind of all-rounder really. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. Stop waffling, get on with it. Right, okay, I'm not going to delay it anymore. So the all-rounder award, again, there were quite a few nominations. Quite a few nominations for all-rounder, but there was one person that kind of got a few nominations, and then they started just ramping up, and it was basically a clear winner for nominations and the reasons behind it. Everyone will see why when I announce that the Paintball Magazine Awards All-Rounder 2019 goes to Tommy Webb. Well done, Tommy. All-Rounder award, basically, yeah, excels in all areas of paintball, and yeah, it's absolutely fantastic for the sport in general. So well done, Tommy. Cheers. I can't believe you got 2 awards and a packet of Christmas cards. In fact, talking of Christmas cards, let's do one more Patreon raffle. Like I said, the Patreon raffle for let's have a look. This over here. Oh, sorry, the camera's the wrong way around. That over there will be done Christmas Day. I'm going to see if I can find some more goodies to go in with that as well. But yeah, the goodies that were won by Jules last week, which was NXL jump poster, a couple of t-shirts, mugs, back issues, and that lovely hammerhead barrel, which I found out subsequently is worth an absolute bloody fortune. I had a load in stock, and I looked up. Magfit players love them apparently, but yeah, a 16-inch hammerhead barrel they won, as Jules won as well. So yeah, that'll all be posted out in the new year basically. So right, let's go back. Where were we? Yes, Christmas cards, wasn't it? Sorry, completely lost my train of thought now. Random number generator. Let's see if we've had any more Patreons. Don't think we have. Remember it, just to go through the Patreon tiers, like the one tier is $1. Something we're going to do next year as well is overhaul the Patreon tiers to make it clear about what you get for trying and hit those things as well. We've got a couple of game servers that you can have access to. At the moment it's only 7 Days to Die, which not many people wanted to play, even though I love it personally. But we got our own dedicated server for that. We had 5 or 6 people playing on that for a couple of months before it died. The server crashed basically, which isn't great. But we do have access to a server. Obviously we've got Discord chat as well. Kind of a few things we post up on Patreon, and you get access to like discounts off of products as well that we do. So that's like $1 a month, which works out about 70p. Then we've got the $5 tier. So yeah, you got images from the Facebook library and shout outs in the magazine coming in for that one as well, plus all other prizes as well. $10 tier, we do quarterly prizes, which have already gone out this quarter as well. Some Patreon's got some bits and pieces, and you get some more images as well for personal use from our image library. The $20 a month tier, you get your name and team featured in the print magazine, and basically more images, and access to the prize tier as well. And I know the $20 guys got some goodies sent to them very recently as well. So and then we got like a $50 a month tier as well, and again those guys got a bundle of goodies at the end of the year, plus all the previous bits and pieces. We'll be overhauling those Patreon tiers next year, trying to make them a little bit more streamlined, and try and hit the deadlines and rewards there as well. You can always go up a tier, down a tier, or cancel at any time as well if your circumstances change. So yeah, I don't think we've had anyone else, unless anyone says yes they have added to the Patreon, and they haven't. But we'll do one more then. So one more number, random number generator, which is 27. Oh God, he won last week as well. Gassy, well done Gassy. I can't fudge it, I'm too honest. Okay. Is Gassy on the chat? Do you want a packet of cards, Gassy? Since you won something last, I think you only won a calendar or a poster last. If he wants to roll it over, then we'll roll it over. If he wants his Christmas cards, we'll give him his Christmas cards. I'm not going to be mean enough to force him to give up his prize to someone else. Right, okay. So, I've won the fail, haven't I? Yes, you have, Max. You did win the fail. Yeah, Tommy Dunick's acceptance speech. You're welcome, mate. No problem. Yeah, I think that's it. So, like I said, awards. Thank you everyone for tuning in, by the way. It was a fairly quick one. Like I said, there wasn't lists of nominations to go through. I didn't have anything else really to chat about, particularly end of season. NXL are releasing their dates in the next week, which hopefully CPPS will follow as well. Like I said, Operation Zodiac. If anyone's interested, who won Keyboard Warrior? Almost you, John. Almost you. Like I said, if anyone is interested in Operation Zodiac, running from the UK, we're taking bookings now. It's just under 700 quid for the week. That includes everything you need, except for paintballs and food. And we've got 25 seats available, and I think we've filled 20 of them so far. So there's not many spaces left on that. So if you are interested, send us a message and jump in on that one. If you want to make your way over to Croatia yourself, you're more than welcome to. Tickets will be available, limited to 100 total players for this game. They'll be going live in January, so in the new year. Like I said, wall calendars. Thank you to everyone that's ordered wall calendars. Either the A2 wall planner, which is yay size, stick it up on your wall, and the A4 wall calendar, and the desk calendar as well. Thank you for ordering those, guys. We did have to put down a substantial amount of money to get those printed because there is a minimum order. We've almost hit our minimum target. We need to sell another 10 or 20 or so in order to break even. So if you can order some, that would be absolutely fantastic. Link over on the website, link scrolling down at the bottom of the page at the moment. They'll be out with you before the new year, fingers crossed. We're just waiting for the dates for CPPS, etc. to come in so we can add them to the actual calendar. And yeah, so yeah, any last things from anyone before we decide that this is the end of the live stream and everyone can go back to drinking? Yes, awards for next year. Location wise, just to keep it central, will be middle of England, so probably Birmingham, I would imagine. We'll be looking around the Birmingham area. Want to hold it in a hotel. We would like to have some kind of trade event there, whether that happens or not, or whether we just have a chance to meet potential sponsors or representatives or companies or whatever. You can sit down and discuss jersey designs or paint deals for next year, or discuss, you know, forming teams or joining teams, or anything like that. So yeah, price wise for the tickets, we don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure I want to go for a sit down 3-course meal black tie. I'd rather go for black tie would be nice, but I'd rather go for like smart, like dress event, kind of buffet kind of thing with a awards disco kind of semi posh, but not full on posh, if you know what I mean. Something we can all enjoy. In a central location as well, that's easy to get to. And various places where people can stay as well for, you know, all budgets. I'm not talking like the Hilton or anything like that. but the awards actual evening is gonna have to be down to you guys. We'll probably try and put up like pre-tickets around February, March, because it takes that long to kind of organise something, and places get booked up. Like I'm phoning around now trying to find out prices of places, and they're already booked for next year. So you got to plan it like way in advance, like a year in advance. So yeah, I can't really book a room and put down a deposit of a few £100s without people putting their hands in their pockets and actually either buying 50% of the ticket or a deposit or something like that. But you know, if enough people get interested from across the board, I do want to be absolutely inclusive. I want sub-pair teams there, I want scenario teams there, I want mag-fed teams there, guys that just play pump, and guys from rental fields as well. We'd love to be able to kind of have local rental fields come in, you know, smaller fields, bringing their staff or whatever to the Paintball Awards would be fantastic. But yeah, kind of looking around Birmingham area, certainly not where I live down in Cornwall, because no swine will drive that far. I know a few awards have been in places like Brighton, which can be a bit of a pain to get to as well. So yeah, put up a marquee at the CPPS in November. Might be a bit chilly. I'd rather have a nice place to sleep and a bar. No discredit to Ainsley's setup at the CPPS. It is wonderful, but yeah, I will not be able to stumble drunk to bed, even though I don't drink, but I'm sure I'll make an exception. So yeah, if you're interested in the awards and you want to get involved, let us know. We can make it a night for everyone. Speak to Ainsley. Big marquee up on the Astro. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be too cold in November though. We're looking around November time, I think. And again, it'd be nice to team it up with the various companies that are around as well. Kind of cross-promote everything as we can. Again, if people are interested in having a game on the Sunday, if they're not too hungover, whether that's be training at the CPPS or a scenario game at a local site, something like that. Oh, there's always got to be a bar. You can't have an awards bash for paintballers without some kind of bar. And food. Food and the bar are the two main essentials. Everything else can be, even the awards can be glossed over. Right, well, that about wraps it up. I'm not going to waffle up for too much longer. People are already dropping off the feed, so people have won their prizes. Off you go. Have a wonderful Christmas, everybody, and yeah, enjoy yourselves. Be safe in all this stormy, horrible weather, and we will catch up with you, well, possibly in the new year. There'll be a couple of updates as the calendars come in, I'm sure. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. And yeah, again, shout out to Patreon. Please pledge if you can. Like I said, we'll do that big Patreon raffle on Christmas Day as well, and we'll pick one lucky winner. Even if you want to do like $1, which is like 70p for like a month, and then cancel it, I'd be really upset if you did, but you know, I don't make up the rules. So you can have a couple of months at $1, 70p, and have potential bag in a couple £100 worth of stuff. Or you can keep that dollar going for the whole year and spend the whole £10. Wow. For the whole year. So you can leave it on autopilot for $1 a month, and yeah, happy days. Helps us greatly. Anyway, have a nice Christmas, guys. It's almost that time of year, so ho ho ho, and yeah, we will see you. We'll see you later. Now, which button do I press to get rid of this? Ah, there we go. Right, bye everyone.